Welcome to your reading for February. This is an all signs reading, so I'm going to do my best to give you very strong and clear messages for each and every sign around the theme of the month, the chances, and also maybe some of the challenges coming through for you. Now, if you enjoy this reading, if you find it is greatly beneficial and conducive to you living a life of magic and meaning, make sure to let me know, share with me in the comments, like, subscribe, do all the beautiful things. But without further ado, let's get into the amazing energy that is coming your way in February. Now, I did pull some cards. This is just a little overall message for everyone before we do the individual readings. So we've got the Fool, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Pentacles. February for everyone gets to be an opportunity for a new chapter, a fresh start, a different perspective, and a lot more peace and happiness when it comes to the path of prosperity that you are walking. Now, if you're in business, if you're wanting to work on your career specifically this month, and if finances have just been on your mind, this is also an invitation to allow yourself to ease back on the force and get into flow. Now, the Fool is one who trusts the universe, but also works alongside the universe. So if you've been trying to just battle your way through and you're a little bit on that stage of burnout or you're worried you're going to get there, just an invitation to really think about how are you working alongside the universe. Now, that can mean so many things, but if you're trying to control everything in your life, if you're trying to make sure that you ticked all the boxes and you're not really in a place where faith and trust is something that is part of the process, February can be a beautiful month for you to shift that perspective, make that change, and really start enjoying the path that you are walking. Now, that might really resonate for many of you in the area of career, finances, your wealth and prosperity, but also anything that requires you to really bring your gifts and bring yourself to the world. If that's already resonating and landing, make sure to let me know. And let's just start making magic. So we're going to be starting with Aries. And now for each sign, I'm going to be pulling a card for the theme using the Rider-Waite Tarot. And then I'll be using the beautiful WildWood Tarot for your challenge and your chance. Now, I really invite you to connect with the cards on a very private, personal, and individual level. And what I mean by that is these are general messages, they are general energy. And even though they're targeted to your particular sign, you are a unique individual, and your guides and your intuition are so much more highly attuned to your specific circumstances. So as I'm sharing, as I'm channeling, as I'm reading for you, accept the messages that resonate with you and also build upon them through your own guides and gifts. And whatever has come up and through, I would really love to hear it. I am so much a sticky beak when it comes to other people's interpretations of the cards. And I also believe that when you get involved, when you engage, when you're a participant in this process, it is so much more powerful and so much more likely that you're actually going to get benefit from the reading and the insights. Now, I'm also a spiritual life coach. So if any of this really lands, resonates, and you want to go further, like this has been the illumination you needed, but you want to start implementing and integrating, make sure to reach out. I'll share all my contact information below. Okay, let's start with beautiful Aries. All right, so looking for the major theme for Aries this month, February 2024. Alrighty, so the theme, we have the Three of Swords. There is an opportunity this month, Aries, for you to really deal with some past wounds and some past hurts. Now, this isn't always easy, but it is always necessary to honor what has happened, but also give yourself the gift of moving on and moving forward. You might find this month that someone from your past returns, or potentially you are reminded of a less than ideal situation or circumstance. Oh, I find it very interesting that we have on the bottom of this deck, before I start pulling your two next cards, the same card. This is a very strong energy. So maybe jealousy is at play. Maybe there is, doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. It might be around your career, around your finances, or simply around other people in your life. But what are the challenges and the chances for you this month? All right, so in the area of challenge, we have King of Bows, the Udder. I'm getting the sense of needing to prove or needing to remove yourself from a situation that is very entangled. If this theme card is referring to maybe a romantic entanglement or situation, whether past or present, your sort of challenge here is removing yourself and getting a higher perspective. Now, that is a challenge, especially when maybe you're very emotionally invested or entangled with this person or people. However, I mean, that's why it's in the position of the challenge, something for you to focus on, work on, and gain the higher perspective of. The challenge might be connecting to your higher self and really asking what is in my highest good and best interests. Now let's look at the chance this month. Well, you've got the chance of happiness. We've got the Sun card. Now, the Sun card in the position of chance, how can you be more loyal to your heart, more loyal to yourself, and more loyal to your happiness? That might be the kind of the pathway, the invitation, the opportunity to overcome this challenge in the area of this entanglement. All right, Aries, that is you done. We're going to be moving into Taurus. All right, Taurus. And I apologize if you can hear the planes going overhead. I can't really control when they come. Okay, Taurus, your theme for the month, we have the Four of Wands, celebration, relationship, communion. I also see you building something this month. So that might be something you've built with a partner or built with a company. I get the sense that it is more professional than it is personal, though of course there can be some overlap there. So the theme this month is around acknowledging your celebration and also acknowledging that you're still on the path of building as well. So celebrate the milestones, celebrate, the wins and how far you've come, and also bring that perspective of gratitude and appreciation to the next steps as well. Now let's have a look at your challenge and your chance. Okay. So in the area of challenge, we have the hooded man. So we have the hermit. So as your theme this month is around that celebration of what you're building and recognizing that you're still on the path, like it's step one, but there's still a few more steps to go, the challenge is not disconnecting and not isolating and going inwards. You might feel like that you're in this alone. Maybe part of the celebration and part of the challenge here today is in recognizing your right to celebrate yourself, your right to honor how far you've actually personally come on this journey and on this path. And that can be really challenging. And this might resonate for some of my beautiful Taurus, that maybe you did most of the work or a lot of the work, or you've come this far on your own. And now there's, other people involved, or you need to get other people involved. So the challenge here is not cutting yourself off, not isolating, even if that feels at times like you're in this alone. The chance in this month connected to this energy is the Six of Arrows transition. It's your chance to move on from the past. It's your chance to move on from what has happened. And this might be resonant for some of you, that maybe there is something you've celebrated, but it is now your time to move forward to the next chapter, the next stage on your own, and really allowing yourself to just go all in, just to claim it, just to move on and move forward. Very interesting energy. Please let me know if that landed and if that resonated. Next, we have Gemini. What is the theme for Gemini this month? We have the Eight of Cups. Gemini, you might be finding yourself moving on, moving forward, leaving things behind. This might be relationships, connections, communities. This month is very much a month of your own sort of personal awakening and journey. You might even be traveling or getting out of your comfort zone. What are the challenges and chances for Gemini this month? Interesting. So in the area of challenge, we have the Wanderer. So this is the Fool card. The challenge is actually trusting that things are going to work out now that you've moved on from something. I find it very interesting that both of these cards are people walking away. So you are walking away from something this month, and that is challenging in and of itself. It requires a lot more faith than maybe ever before. And it can be tempting to fall into fear and to fall into second guessing yourself. But the challenge is operating in faith, trusting the universe, and most importantly, trusting your ability to actually go the distance and leave that stuff behind. The chance this month, the Knight of Vessels. So the chance this month is for you to really be firm and steady in your conviction and in your emotions. Your ability to regulate your emotions this month is going to be your greatest gift. And it's a chance to actually get to know yourself a lot better as well. What is driving you? What is inspiring you? And maybe where do you need to keep filling up your cup so that you have all the energy and nourishment necessary to make this leap of faith? Okay, Cancer, let's jump into your energy. Overall theme for Cancer, you have the Ace of Wands. You're given an opportunity this month to really do something magical and different. You might actually come across an opportunity, a skill, a tool, a program, like it could be literally anything. You've been given something this month that can really help you make magic. It's obviously your prerogative whether you take that opportunity, take that chance, pick up that wand, but it is going to be available to you. So what is the challenge and what is the chance? So the challenge with this is the Stag. The challenge is your mind. The challenge is tradition, doing something different. I'm really getting the sense here that you've done things a certain way for a long time, Cancer, and you've built a lot of identity and ego and just habit around the way you have been. February is an opportunity for you to really break out of that shell and do something different, but it's challenged because that has been your tradition, yourself, your identity, your way for a long time. So this opportunity, I really get the sense, is going to almost shake things up, stir things up. Are you willing? Are you ready to break free? Now, the chance, we have the Mirror. So this is the Moon card. I think it's the Moon card. So we've got this beautiful Siren, Heron, Moon, and Mirror. The chance here is to see things for how they truly are. Sometimes when we're stuck in a tradition, a habit, a way of being, we kind of stop getting curious about the mysteries and what is possible and what is different. So your chance here is to really start to get curious again about what is possible for you. Maybe part of the reason you've been so stuck in tradition or so steeped in just the way it's always been is because you stopped sort of looking outwards and going, you know, what can I change? What can I experiment? What can I do differently? So that's your invitation today. Leo, let's see what is on the cards for you. That was very quick. Theo, I've been watching too much Theo Von on YouTube. Leo, you've got the Four of Pentacles. The theme for this month is getting your finances in order. That's a really simple theme. getting your finances in order. This might be actually physically, like balancing your bank accounts, but it also might be just mentally, like what is your mindset around money? What is your relationship with your personal financial security? No better time than now to get a handle on your wealth and prosperity. So the challenge this month, we've got the stoat, so the page of bows. The challenge this month is staying playful and staying flexible when it comes to your finances, your wealth, and your prosperity. Also getting a higher perspective and not taking things so seriously, which might sound really contradictory to getting a handle on your finances, but maybe that is why you need to readdress your finances or your wealth or your security this month, your stability, is because it's been a little bit too rigid, a little bit too closed off, and playfulness, which might be challenging because it's very different, is what is needed. The chance this month is the chance of joy. Maybe it would be a really good thing for you this month, Leo, to celebrate, to connect, to spend some of that money if you can. It doesn't have to be a lot on enjoying yourself. So this might be getting together with friends. It might be going on an outing. It might be just doing something that really fills your cup. I get the sense that it includes other people though. How interesting. All right, Virgo. The overall theme for Virgo. All right, we have the High Priestess, and she is in reverse. This month. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. You've not been listening to your intuition. The High Priestess is feeling a little bit cut off, her energy a little bit dimmed, and I just get the sense here that there's something blocking you from really accessing the fullness of your intuition, your gifts, and your inner divine wisdom and connection. So whether that is something that happens in February or whether that's something that's been happening and February is where it's sort of highlighted, there's this opportunity to switch this up if you choose to, where I'm not quite sure yet. So take that as it resonates. But what is your challenge beyond that challenge? And what is your chance? All right. The challenge is reunion. Yeah, I get the sense here that the challenge is reconnecting to your intuition and learning to trust it again. Perhaps in the past, you've made some choices that felt like you were following your calling, you were following your intuition, you were following your guides, and it hasn't worked out. This has built up a little bit of frustration, resentment, restriction, whether consciously or not, with your intuition. So the challenge this month is reconnecting, reuniting with that connection within yourself. It's going to be a very personal journey this month, at least in this area. And what is the chance? We've got the ancestor card. This is a chance to reconnect to your ancestors. So maybe what is really, really calling you, the pathway to your reunion, the pathway to this reconnection, to a deeper appreciation and understanding of your intuition, is through working with your ancestors in some kind of way. Now, this can be completely intuitive. That would be how I would approach it. But if your intuition is blocked, I would recommend looking up some ways to connect with your ancestors. There's a lot of information online. Maybe it's a ritual, maybe it's a journal practice, maybe it's ancestry.com, but having a look at using that as a way to reconnect. Sometimes it's really helpful to have almost that third-party perspective. All right. Libra. Looking into Libra, we have the Four of Wands for you as well. So Libra, maybe your connection celebration is with the Taurus. I'm pretty sure that one came out for Taurus. But I'm getting a different energy. I feel it's much more on a personal level. It's much more on a heart level. Maybe you're getting married, maybe you're getting engaged, maybe you're signing a contract with someone. I do get the sense here there's a reason for celebration. Your challenge, though, is to rest. So you need to transform your relationship with rest this month. if you are getting married, if you are signing a contract, if you are taking a relationship to the next step, also keep in mind that while this can be a high time, you also need to balance yourself so you don't drop down too low. So too much celebration can burn us out. Make sure you're resting, make sure you're looking after yourself and not burning yourself into the ground. Your chance is to make a decision. Yeah, I think that's a great reminder. If someone uh marriage, engagement, signing a contract, moving in with someone, some milestone when it comes to a relationship of kind, whether it's romantic or platonic or business. I mean, just remind yourself that you get to choose. So whatever you choose, whether it's a yes or a no, or a now or later, or whatever the choice is, own your choice. Empower yourself through your ability to choose. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you've got the Page of Wands. You might be starting a new course of learning. You might be going on a trip. You might be traveling. There's like a sense of a fresh adventure for you in the month of February. You might even be considering changing your career or doing something different. So the challenge, Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. It might feel really challenging to start something new because you might also feel like you're starting over financially. If you're changing jobs, if you're changing careers, if you're going into business, if you're traveling, sometimes that costs a lot of money, or it might mean taking a pay cut or dropping back sort of a level when it comes to your finances. So the challenge here is in feeling secure when it comes to the foundation of your finances. Maybe this means having a bit of a look at your finances in terms of budgeting, saving, and really what you're spending. But also, it's just a reminder that sometimes we need to start again to get further ahead in the future. The opportunity and the chance here is the King of Arrows, Kingfisher. So this is the King of Wands. So this energy is saying, put yourself in a powerful position, get the perspective, and allow your passion to lead you. If your passion is calling you to a new career, business, job opportunity, maybe moving to a new place, let that lead you rather than your fear when it comes to what could be lost or what might not work out. Obviously, stay logical, but passion first. Sagittarius, what is your theme for the month of February? Ooh, we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is a card of getting in our own way and really our mind blocking us from the reality of a situation. So as the theme of the month, there is something currently, I get the sense here that it's not a new thing. It's probably a pattern, a habit, something that's been going on for a while that you've kind of given up on a little bit. You're like, this is just the way it is. It's shit, and that's just the way it is. It's not good, and that's just the way it is. It doesn't work, and that's just the way it is. And that's all just mind trickery. So what is the challenge and what is the chance here? Well, the challenge is empowerment. The challenge is the Five of Bows empowerment. So you get to empower yourself. What weapons, and I don't mean that physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, do you have to combat this mindset? Your mindset is a trap. What can you do to empower yourself to get yourself out of this trap? The opportunity, the chance is the Journey card. This is the Death card. So the chance here is to see that you're not actually stuck. This isn't the end of the road. It's not the worst thing that could have happened. And in fact, you're still on the path. So awaken, empower yourself into the reality that you're actually in a really good position, even if you can't see it. So let's work on changing that perspective. This is really exciting. All right, Sagittarius. No, we just did Sagittarius. Capricorn. Capricorn. The theme for Capricorn, the Page of Cups. So a new relationship, a new opportunity, a new way of looking at the world. This is kind of left field energy. So you might be really surprising yourself this month with how you're putting yourself out there, or how someone is drawing you out of your shell. It's a great energy if you want to go on dates, if you're looking for love, or if you're looking for new opportunities. You'll stand out. All right, so the challenge, the Queen of Vessels, Salmon. The challenge is, well, there's a few things. The challenge might be with a strong female figure in your life. Maybe you'll feel like, I find it interesting that there's the fish in the cup and then there's the salmon. So maybe you're putting yourself out there, and it involves a woman, a feminine energy. There is something there. There is something there. So you might be dealing with a person, so a queen in your life, or you might be the queen and someone is sort of being caught off guard by your energy you're offering. So the challenge there is around this person, or maybe it's just around your own energy. But regardless, it is the energy of a queen. It is the energy of a strong feminine presence. And it is the energy of someone who is deeply connected to their heart. The chance here is the Eight of Bows, Hearthfire. Putting yourself out there, if this is in relation to, seeking love, seeking a new partner or relationship, or even a friendship group, you need to put yourself in the places where you meet people. So that might mean getting out of your shell, getting out of your comfort zone, maybe going and offering yourself, your services to a group, to a community. Okay, Aquarius. So this is your month. And what is your theme? Exciting. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm excited to see this card. We have the sun. The sun is out, the sun is shining. So this month, your theme is around happiness. It's around maybe some inner, following your inner child, letting your creativity and your joy and just your vulnerable side out to play. What would really light you up this month? Lean into that. Let's look at the challenge. And let's look at the chance. All right, in the area of challenge, we have the Seven of Vessels morning. There is something that in order for this fulfillment and happiness, in order to really show up in your light, shining in your creativity and your expression in the fullness of you, there is something that needs to be let go of, or potentially it's like choosing the light even when there's a lot of shadow. So maybe there is something not so great happening this month, or it's an anniversary of something that is not so great having happened. And it's around looking at, there's always the light and the dark. There is always the shadow and the shine. Which one are we choosing to step into? And it's not about denying the other. It's not about saying that the other one can't be there, but also recognizing that, whilst there is always the light and the dark, the shadow and the shine, which one do you choose to stand in, be in? So that's the challenge this month. You can fall into morning, or you can step into the sun. The chance here, we've seen this card already today, is the Knight of Bows, the Adder. It's about getting that higher perspective. It's about connecting, even though this is a masculine card, the King, serpents are a very feminine energy, being balanced in your masculine and in your feminine in order to navigate the shadows and get into the light. Now we're in our final sign, Pisces. Pisces, we've got the Page of Cups for you, but it's in reverse. I've always found it so interesting how when there's a collective reading or energy, that similar cards pop up and out. Now, in this moment, because I'm just channeling through and I'm not taking notes, I can't recall who this came out for. Maybe it was Capricorn. So you might be dealing with whatever sign that was. But the fact that this is in reverse, and I do read reversals, is for the overall energy, you might be on the receiving end of that person putting themselves out there. You might also be finding it hard to put yourself out there this month. I'm getting a bit of a hermit energy in that card. Maybe you've been putting yourself out there a lot, and this is a month for sort of rejuvenation and rest. The cards that came out for your challenge and chance. So in the area of challenge is creativity. You might be feeling a little bit of creative block this month. Maybe that's part of the reason why you're not really putting yourself out there. If you're in a creative career, a creative business, maybe you're an artist, or maybe, it's just around new opportunities, like getting creative with what's happening in your life. You're feeling a little bit cut off. You're feeling a little bit connected. You're not really putting yourself out there. So the challenge is in reconnecting to your creativity. I also see, even though this is in the area of challenge, while it might be challenging to connect to your creativity, it's going to be what helps ground you and maybe bring you back to earth. So maybe later in the month, maybe next month, you can get back out there, get back into really just showing up for yourself in your life and your situation. Now, in the area of chance, we have the Knight of Vessels, the eel. So your chance is to reconnect to your emotions and to navigate them with a lot more confidence and clarity. Pisces, I get the sense here this month that, and maybe it's because it's leading up to your birthday, later in the month and into March, that it's like this transition energy, this transition kind of season where you're pulling back so that you can flow again. So just like the tide ebbs and flows, this might just be an ebb. We don't have to put a big disclaimer on it like something's wrong. It's simply just the ebb to your flow. Ooh. All right, we are 12 signs done. Thank you so much for joining me for this all signs reading for February 2024. Make sure to let me know if it landed, if it resonated. I would love if you were to like, subscribe, share. I really want to get more people. I'm like, what is language? I used it all in the reading. Get more people in this community receiving these messages. Of course, if it aligned with you, I would really love for you to share it and like it and show up next time. And if it didn't vibe, if it didn't land, maybe try out a few more readings in the future. Sometimes I've found, even myself, because I really enjoy tarot readings, not every message is meant for everyone, but if you do get the sense that you like my energy, you like the way I read, and the lessons and the messages are landing, I'd love to see you again. Now, just a little bit of a note before I end this reading. If you want to book a personal reading for me, I do those. At the moment, I'm not doing extended readings with these, YouTube channels, maybe in the future. But for now, you can book a private reading, anything from $22 for a single question, all the way up to a full hour with me. So I'll pop all the details for that below. And just as a bit of a gift, a bit of a welcome, a bit of a hello, to book your first reading, use the code TAROT25 and you'll receive 25% off your first service purchased. Cool. All right. Wishing you a month of love, of magic and miracles, and I will see you next time.